What's going on? Yosemite Guide here, coming at you from the back entrance to Mariposa Grove. And in a second, I'm going to cut to show you how to get back here from 41. It's just outside the south gate of Yosemite. And we're going to head up through the grove on the outer loop, up towards where the fallen tunnel tree is. And from the fallen tunnel tree, we're going to hike along the ridge off trail up and over to Star Lake, a nice High Sierra lake. This should offer some beautiful views. And we're right before the south entrance to Yosemite. It's Mount Raymond Road. On your right here, snow play area. Turn in here. And we'll go up here a quarter mile. Before the snow play area, you got a forestry road on your left. It's going to take us towards Mariposa Grove. It's 5S06. And this is going to run along the boundary of Yosemite. We're going to continue on this forestry road for 1.7 miles until we get a little split where we're going to head towards the left. Got a set of stables here, kind of by Buffin Meadow. You just keep staying on the main road here. Always stay to the left. Keep going to the left. Then we're about 1.7 miles back, and here's our split to the left to head up towards Mariposa Grove. This is where the road starts to deteriorate a little bit. You'd want something with clearance to deal with this rutted out road here, but it's not too bad. And just a half mile up this split, you look for the gate on your left here, and this is going to lead us into the Mariposa Grove back entrance. So this is Sierra National Forest on this side, and the gate is the boundary for Yosemite National Park. Got some rules here about hunting, dogs, and we're gonna follow this access road down to that leads into the Mariposa Grove. It's about 1.5 miles into the grove from here. You got some huge sugar pines that tower over you here. It's pretty cool sight. And it's about 3/4 mile down the access road we started on. We come to a split here, and the road continues on to the lower Mariposa Grove parking lot at 0.5 miles to the Grizzly Giant that way. But we're gonna split off to the right here, and this is going to take us up in towards the outer loop of the Mariposa Grove. You got Galen Clark tree just 2 miles from here, and we're going to head down this way and look for a trail that splits off to the left and taking us into Mariposa Grove. And just a few hundred yards down that split, you could see there's a trail that keeps going this way, but it peters out pretty soon. It's an old trail, so it's pretty well pathed out right here that you want to just go left and stay on the main trail from here on out. So we're only about a little over 1 mile in, and we're connecting up with the Mariposa Grove trails here. You got your California Tunnel Tree, 0.2 miles, and Grizzly Giant, 0.3 miles that way. It's pretty quick getting into the grove here. So we'll start seeing these giant sequoias coming up, but we're going to continue on going up towards the outer loop, and that's the way we're headed. First shot of giant sequoia here. Some of these trees are thousands of years old. That grizzly giant's estimated to be 2,900 years old. It's pretty spectacular. The most massive trees in the world. Spectacular. And we're here on another split. So we're going to continue on the perimeter trail, heading towards the telescope tree. Mariposa Grove cabins that way, and to the left is the clothespin tree, just a half mile down that way. So we got some more sequoias getting sprinkled in here. And there's not as many giant sequoias on the perimeter loop trail, but we're starting to get into it here. I'm going to come back down through the middle of the grove so I can show you more of the sequoias, but they're just so impressive. The sun's kind of blowing this one out, but really cool. Got this big daddy, lost its top. And we're almost to the Galen Clark tree, 0.4 miles. These are just awe-inspiring though. These guys are getting close. It's cool to see when they start growing together. These ones got some time. And we got the fallen tunnel tree here. This massive sequoia. It's the one you see pictures of that people used to drive through. This fell in 1969, I believe. It's been a while. It's just rotting away here, but pretty impressive sight. So we got our fallen tunnel tree right down there. That means we're near the top of the grove here, and if you continue on that way, you head up to Wawona Point. Nice big lookout up there, and from here on this perimeter trail, we're gonna just follow this ridge line up off trail and head over the ridge to Star Mine and then Star Lake. So this is where we leave the trail. And it's going to be pretty steep right off the bat here, heading up to get to the top of this ridge here. But it's pretty wide open, so it's not too bad. And we are following the remnants of a fire line. There's been numerous fires throughout the years in this area, so it's pretty well traveled by firefighters. There was a pretty good little elevation gain to get up to this point, but it's kind of easing up a little bit now. Sun's coming out, so it's starting to warm up. I can kind of feel my toes again, but it's pretty cool being out here off trail. You would want to have a GPS with you anytime you're going off trail, because it's easy to get disoriented, but I'm a professional, so I think we're gonna be okay. And we're just gonna continue to follow this ridge line up fairly wide open on here. It's just the initial incline was very steep, but now it's just a gradual, steady incline, and we got one more pretty steep spot coming up. And now we're coming to the more extreme part of the hike here, as we have to continue up this ridge line and get on top of these mountains right here in front of us. So it's going to be a pretty rapid, steep incline getting up there, but that's what we got to do. It's kind of crazy how wide open this area is for being off trail, not having to do any bushwhacking, but that's due to all the underbrush being burnt off several times in the last few years, and things are starting to get a lot steeper. I always forget how tough this hike is. I've done it a bunch of times, but just always forget how hard this is. I'm definitely feeling the lack of oxygen as we climb in elevation. I started at about 5,500 feet, and I think we're gonna get up over 8,000 feet here, and the temperature is dropping pretty good as I climb in elevation. And being off trail is definitely a little more slow going, but making decent time. And things are starting to open up into some stunning views. We got the Merced River down in that valley, runs all the way along. We got Chain Lakes way up there, and yeah, Wawona down there in the distance, and just a nice panorama. And the views will get better as we continue up on top of this ridge line. But feeling pretty good. This ridge line is the gift that just keeps on giving. We're almost to the top here, but we got a pretty good climb still, but just stunning views everywhere. And we're gonna follow the top of this ridge over, and it goes pretty steep down to Star Lake, so it'll just be uphill coming out of the lake, and then it's all downhill on the way back, so not too worried about that. Got a nice panorama on a beautiful day. Yesterday was pretty gloomy. We had some rain and then snow in the higher elevations, and here it is, Mount Raymond. Last little tricky spot to get on top, but this has kind of a special place in my heart, just because I work right outside the south gate of Yosemite, so every day when I'm driving up to work, I'm looking at this mountain and just wishing I was on it. So here I am on my day off, getting to conquer this beauty of a mountain. There's a lot of large loose rock, so you want to be really careful. Make sure you're wearing the proper attire, shoes with good ankle support. I got my hiking flip-flops on today, but yeah, you always want to be prepared. And it's not quite as treacherous as it looks. We're gonna kind of skirt the right side of this thing and get up on top of this ridge here, and then we'll be smooth sailing. And then hopefully we can see that meadow down there a little better. That's a Beledo Meadow, or some people call it Billy Doo. There's an old mining camp for Star Mine here. It was in operation about 100 years ago, and it wasn't a gold mine. They were mining, I believe, mainly iron and probably quartz, but I don't think it ever made any money, and I think it closed around 1929, something like that. And just a bit of a scramble up here. Not a place you want to take a fall, but not too bad. If there's any moisture on these rocks, they will be very slippery, but right now it's not too bad. Yeah. And Victor making headway. And there's a better shot of Billy Doo Meadow down there. There's a couple old cabins still standing from a long time ago. If I hadn't been up here before, I'd be pretty nervous about if I could make it through here. But I know it kind of opens up over here. Yeah, if you don't feel super good about coming up that way, you could come around here, and it's not quite as treacherous. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, look at, there's some bears down there. Huh? Bears with the mom and a cub. Really? Yeah. Straight ahead. I don't know if you can pick that up. We got a couple bears. Oh yeah. That's cool. They're just running away. They were probably right up here next to us. I didn't see them. That's cool. Hopefully that showed up on the camera. I want to take him. Can we go get one? Sure. That's cool. I saw a lot of bears this summer, but I didn't really get to pick any up on camera. So hopefully they showed up. And nice shot of that meadow down there. It's really pretty down there in the springtime. You get some serious flowers blooming. There's a spring that comes out, and it's always very lush. And coming up on the very top of the mountain here, we are at just under 8,500 feet, around 8,400 feet elevation. And it took about 5 miles to get up here. We did almost 3,000 foot elevation gain. That's the Merced River down there. You can see its path flows into Wawona. It's just barely peeking out over there. But we made it to the top, and now we just got to go back down to Star Lake here on this side. And we're going to continue along this ridge here, and there'll be a campground, and you could actually, if you got a serious four-wheel drive or off-road vehicle, you can actually drive up here to the other side, but it's pretty gnarly. I got my truck up here pretty close one time, but my tires just got all chunked out, and it was kind of bad news. But if you got some big tires and a lot of clearance, you'd be good to go. But it's a cool spot to ride a dirt bike up to, that's for sure. And this was all rock that they were mining along this ridge here. But all the holes are exploded in. There's evidence of one right here. But it's just really cool going along this ridge at the top here. And got a pretty good steel cable here with the remnants of the mining operation. Some scraps. Probably see some more stuff up here. And just a little bit of bushwhacking through here to get up over this hill. I'm still just continuing on the same ridge basically, but on the other side of this there should be a trail going down to Star Lake. And this ridge line across just keeps going. It's like, seems like almost a mile long, and the days are getting shorter, but I have to make it to this lake. We should be getting close to the other side of this ridge, hopefully, as it's about 1 o'clock right now. I need to be back by 6 o'clock so I don't get caught in the dark. There's a big part of the mining operation here. And I made it to the campground here, Star Lake campground. Little fire pit there, nice open area. And this road is gnarly to get up here. Alright, coming over the hill, got our first views. Star Lake here. Beautiful High Sierra Lake. Whoa, a little slippery. I'm gonna be feeling it coming back up this, but that's basically the only uphill left out of my hike, so shouldn't be too bad. And nice overview of the lake here, and there's a secondary lake there.
That's really clear.
Yeah. I got a little excited when I saw the lake and came down a secondary trail that led to this boulder field. So not the way I want to go. The actual trail's on the other side of this here, so I'm going to go back up that way. But looks like I made it down safely. So I'll see if I can make some lunch, refuel. But it's absolutely beautiful here. And the trail out of here is going to be right over here behind me, and just kind of skirt on the other side of that ridge there. So it'll be a lot easier getting out of here. But I don't have a ton of time, so I need to make some lunch and show you some of my culinary skills in the High Sierra. And for today's meal, we're going Italian again. I got some noodles from Italy. Should be pretty good. And then some rip and dip meatballs. Gonna make it fancy with this artichoke hearts as well. So it should be pretty good. And then I got one spicy meatball right here. Fresh habanero. So we'll see how that turns out. I'm gonna use a little oil from the artichoke hearts into my water. Help my noodles from sticking together. All right, noodles are done. I'm gonna add my meatballs here. It's made with beef and chicken. And I think the more animals you fit into your meatball, the better they taste. So should be good. They are fully cooked. So you just need to heat and serve. Do have some clouds rolling in here, so I gotta be quick about things. It's freezing cold, so I don't want to get caught in a rainstorm. Add my artichoke hearts. Make it gourmet there. When some people hear your noodles are al dente, they'll say el dente, but I mean, al dente is the way to go if you want to be authentic. Just heat this up. Alright, I think we're ready to roll here. The only thing I'm missing is cheese, which I don't have, but I do have the next best thing, which is a cheddar Pringles. So we're gonna add those on here for our cheese. Give us a nice crunch. That's looking good right there. With the meatballs. That pasta's good. Got the spaghetti-o flavored meatballs, the fanciness of the artichoke hearts, and then the cheddar Pringles, just putting it over the top. This is solid 8-1. It's pretty good. I am worried we got some clouds rolling in here, so I gotta eat this real quick and book it out of here. So we'll see what it looks like on the other side of this ridge. I have no idea what's rolling in. Yeah, it's tasting pretty good. Almost forgot my habanero. Nice sweetness on there. Oh, it's hot. That'll keep me warm. So good. You want a meatball?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Get one last shot of the lake here. Crystal clear. Nice reflection. Another little lake on the other side, but there's clouds rolling in. So I don't know what's up with that. Got to get the heck out of here. That super pretty. There's a shot of the second lake on this side. Really pretty. Alright, so I tried to take a little shortcut. That didn't work out too well. But I'm back on the trail here, getting back up to the top of the ridge. And there was not a cloud in the sky on the way over here. But I'm back up on the ridge and it's just socked in. So hopefully we don't get any precipitation. But it's forming up all around.
Right in front of us.
Yeah. So we got to get out of here. So that about does it for this one. My GoPro batteries are glitching out, so I'm back up on top of the ridge line, but I don't think I'm gonna get much more filming in today if this battery situation keeps going on. So it's been fun.